David Beckham has made a brave confession about his depression battle during the late 1990s. The football star explained he faced a tough time following the 1998 World Cup, where he was sent off during the match against Argentina. David was hit with harsh backlash for his red card, with a pub even hanging an effigy of the footballer outside its door and his team Manchester United's team bus being hit with stones and pint glasses. The Data4 has since opened up on how the reaction impacted his mental health. David has confessed it led to a period of depression. "It's something I would never admit, because I was brought up by a dad who, if I said, 'Dad, I'm feeling a bit low today,' he'd have said, 'Boy, get on with it.' But I was depressed. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. I was living day to day thinking about what was coming next," he said. Speaking to The Telegraph, David added, "People were saying I should leave the country. It was tough." The England star shared that he hasn't gone to therapy, despite thinking it is a good idea. David said his childhood instilled that he put my head down and worked harder. Wife Victoria Beckham has said she still wants to kill those who lashed out at her husband with vitriol over his now infamous red card moment. The fashion designer has also shared how David became clinically depressed from the hate after the game. Recalling the barrage of abuse that followed, she said, "I mean, the absolute hate, the public bullying, to another level. He was depressed, absolutely clinically depressed. I still want to kill these people." The former Spice Girl had told her now husband that she was pregnant with their first child just before the match. According to Victoria, David was adamant about leaving the game to be with her after she told him the good news. Speaking on the new Netflix documentary Beckham, she said, "I told David the night before the game. He was so happy, we both were, and there was never any doubt in my mind that I should tell him. I mean, it was what we wanted and he could not have been happier." Director Fisher Stevens asked her, "So you tell him right before the biggest game of his life, did you think it would help him?" She responded honestly, "I don't really know." David then said, "Before the Argentina game, she phoned me and said I've just taken a test and I'm pregnant. So I found out then." Recalling the dreaded incident, David admitted he felt he let his team down, and looking back on his career, he wished it had never happened. He said, "When I look back on my career and talk about regrets, I wish that never happened. But on the flip side, if it didn't happen, I might not have had the career that I had. It's probably harsh to say I still feel let down by teammates, but I look back at that moment, we were young. I made a mistake, but Terry, certain people in football you expect to get behind you no matter what. We always had that at United, but I felt let down. I don't think I've ever been as emotional as I was coming out of that ground and seeing my mum and dad. I was crying uncontrollable sobbing, which is slightly embarrassing. At the time, the Argentina coach was going past and they were all banging on the window." If you're struggling and need to talk, the Samaritans operate a free helpline open 24/7 on 116 123. Alternatively, you can email joe@samaritans.org or visit their site to find your local branch. Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.